The Darkest Day, one of my favourites on this album.
Darkest Day. The Darkest Day, or what I've become, has been a hell of a journey.
The Darkest Day is the big, long, almost power ballady sort of song on the album.
We said with No Chaser that we weren't recording any of our old songs again. Everything off the EP was staying there, everything off Two's Up was staying there. We weren't re-recording stuff, everything was going to be new. And we kind of lied a little bit.
We've been sitting on this song for a long time.
It was written actually before I joined the band by Dan, and I had to listen to it when I first got brought into the fold, and I thought this song's great. It kind of didn't feel finished or refined, but it had a lot of potential.
This song was written, I want to say like 2012.
The oldest song that we had, although it changed quite considerably when we actually went and sat down to kind of nut it out.
And yeah, like this is, funnily enough, this isn't even the first time we've recorded it. It's the first time it's made it to a CD.
We didn't want to put on the EP because it's going to be a bit of a long song. We thought, well, when the album comes along, we'll chuck it on.
It's really weird, the evolution of this song is just, it's massive.
Yeah, Darkest Day was a song that Dan has had for a long time, and it was in, you know, the lyrics had been there for like, you know, for a few years.
It was a set of lyrics that I wrote almost to be cathartic for a whole bunch of shit that was going on in my life at the time, and it was written about a day that happened when I was kind of looking for answers to a bunch of shit that was going on with me. I didn't quite know what to do. And I tried everything to try and help myself move past this particular phase, and I decided to try and write it down as lyrics. And I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to go about it. I'd kind of been playing with guitar ideas for that kind of intro riff and kind of progressions, but I didn't know what I wanted to do lyrically. And I was in the shower and I got hit by a bolt of lightning. Like the idea just... And I went, if you don't write this down now, you're not going to remember it by the time you finish conditioning your hair. So I turned off the water, grabbed the towel, ran to my computer, and sat there over my laptop with shampoo running down into my eyes, typing, and wrote pretty much the entire song in about 5-10 minutes. Everything just went word vomit onto the computer screen. And I went back and I finished the shower, got the shit out of my eyes, and went back, sat down and looked at it, and I went, okay.
You know, to Dan's credit, he stuck by his lyrics, and he said, I want this. I want every word of this. Like, it's very important to me.
And it was quite raw for me. It wasn't, we've been writing songs about drinking and partying and driving very fast at this stage, and we. Suddenly there was this song. It was very emotive and dark.
And we're like, fine. So we will make the music fit around it.
So I'd said, Ben, I've got a song, I've got words. I'm going to be honest with you. This means a lot to me. This is very deep and very personal. I don't want to sound like I'm being an asshole, but if we perform this song, I want to perform it like this. I don't want to take away from what it means to me. And Ben read the lyrics and went, holy shit.
I remember him, like, at one point showing me the lyrics a very, very long time ago when he first written it, and thinking, fuck, it was awesome, and I thought, like, you could fucking keep this as poetry. Like, it doesn't even need to have a song with it, but it just read so well.
And we played it. We played it with our original singer, we played it for a while at Kings, but it sounded a bit different.
The song did go through quite a fair bit of changes, and I think Dave definitely drove a lot of that change, because I think when we sat down and said we wanted it on the album, I think we were struggling with the idea of how to make it feel like it wasn't a really long song.
It didn't move around, it didn't have the same dynamics that it has now, and that was because We did nearly bring it out. We never performed it with Danny, and we did nearly bring it out for the EP. It nearly went on to No Turning Back, and then towards the end of the planning, we went, no, let's put Hurricane on it, and we'll save Darkest Day for the album. And thank God we did, because I wrote the lyrics and a lot of the music and stuff like that, but Dave brought this thing forward and did so much. It used to go for 6 minutes and 45 seconds, and it felt like it went for 6 minutes and 45 seconds. And it now goes for about half a minute longer, and it doesn't sound like it at all, because Dave's great with dynamics and stuff like that.
You know, there was just sort of like toing and froing with like the music, and you know, it pretty much got to like a stumbling block. Like, will we be able to include this on the album? Because we were just sort of like, we were so kind of at a loss as to which direction, you know, it needed to take.
And we started coming up with ideas like, maybe we should try this, maybe we should do a lift, maybe we should do a little interlude after each chorus to separate it. We'll do a little piano solo and a little guitar bit. And we got to see what Dave can do in terms of writing, because it's not like us, he doesn't always spit out riffs and lyrics and stuff like that. But when it comes to the arrangement, he just takes off, and it was amazing.
Like with all the like little extra solos and interludes, like in between the repeats of the chorus. And
so, you know, we come up with little bits that are like, you know, quieter, sort of, so it's not, it just builds, like it comes up, it goes down, it comes up, and you know, it just, each verse adds an extra layer on. And I think, you know, again, with like the arrangement, is like something that we really nailed in the song. It could have gone very wrong.
And we were coming up with riffs, and Ben was like, what if we do a guitar riff like that? And I go, yeah, cool, and Dave kind of took it. And I kind of sat back and said, okay, listen, I can't be precious about this anymore. It has to be the way that I wrote it, because that's what it means to me. I wanted the song to be meaningful.
Like, if you go back to how it was to how it is now it's 1,000 times better. It's huger, it's this massive ballad.
We pulled it together, and in the studio, like, that was like the other element, you know, we had it all written, but like it just went to another level.
Had listened to it again, went through it a little bit more, and basically refined it to what it is today.
You're able to play with those dynamics so much, and you know, having the piano there, and it just turned out really well. I was like really happy that we could make this kind of like, you know, I suppose experimental for Ablaze. I was glad that we were able to make it work.
What Dave did was just open the thing up completely and made it something just magnificent, really. It's a kind of a pussy word to use, but in terms of this song, it's just everywhere. When you go to that big bridge where I wanted to just sound right open with the harmonies and the string sounds and stuff like that, it just opened up, and then that big hard-hitting section after that with the guitar solo, and then into that big ending, the huge, I get to be a massive harmony at the end of that, but I loved it. I just went full bore.
personally, I think with the solos on this track, I think were some of my favorites in terms of the melody and how I managed to be a little more emotive with them and almost lyrical, especially with the one that we added at the end. The entire latter section of the song changed completely, and like with the hits, and it meant that I had so much more flexibility with this song. As well, like the harmony underneath that was really led to some creative writing in terms of the solo as well. I think it was a song that it felt easy to solo over.
That is up there with my favourite song on the album. So it's either that or Butterfly. And there's so much emotion and so much power to it. It is it's a true story as well. It is a power ballad, and you can really tell that it's, there's a lot of emotion in it. A lot of emotions going into writing it, a lot of emotions come back out of it. So it's just what you want, really.
Because in those situations, if you don't write it down, you're not going to remember it. And someone who cares about the music that they're putting out, you wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and you have an idea for a lyric. You grab your phone and you write out that lyric and you save it in your notes or whatever it is. You grab a book and you write it down, because when you wake up in the morning, you're not going to remember it. And if you're trying to catch that lightning in a bottle, as a musician, that's what you've got to do. If it's a guitar, if it's a drum beat, whatever it is. You might not want to be playing drum beats at 2 o'clock in the morning, but hey, if it writes you a great song, who gives a shit if the neighbours complain.
I mean, kudos to Dan. He wrote a magnificent, epic kind of song, and like I said, it's one of my favourites. It is really dark, really heartfelt, emotional, and I'm really happy with the way it turned out, because we did it the justice it deserved.
The first time that I heard the finished product, I just teared up and just went, that's it, we got it. And the whole thing was just a cathartic process for me. But what it became, I didn't think we were going to pull off something like that. We did. So I was pretty happy.